lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada for the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series. This is round 7 of their 3rd season as I am joined by my podcast partner here, Sam Frazier. Sam, we've missed you. We're happy you are back. How are we doing today?
Yeah, well, I'm doing better than I have been in the past. It's good to be back with Ruff-Neck again, or just commentating in general. But especially this league, because the opening rounds were super fun, as we all know. And good to be back, Angel. How are you?
Ah, man, I am doing good myself. We've had some pretty darn good racing. Last week was the Watkins Glen, and we had almost 2 trucks battle for the entire race. It was just back and forth. It was a ton of fun. But tonight, we get to visit Las Vegas, probably one of my favorite, maybe one of my, if not top 3 favorite mile and a half tracks here on the service. How do you feel about Las Vegas?
Remind me if I'm wrong really quick, but didn't this race used to be called like the Hollywood 500 or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
I might have been.
It used to be like one of my favorite races back when Car Tomorrow was a thing. Like, this track is crazy.
Yeah, it is just one of the best. I mean, there's just so much, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are so truly different. You have to attack them entirely in different ways. So We'll be seeing these drivers trying to do that tonight. They just finished up their qualifying session, so we'll go over quickly the race info tonight. 69 degrees, the ambient temperature won't go down more from there. That'll keep that track temp at 69 degrees. A little bit windy with 10 miles per hour winds, so we'll see if that should affect maybe any of these drivers depending on where it comes up off of the turns. I think turn 4 is that really slick turn where you can get really loose if you're in, if you got too much throttle, and also a turn that you can really, that outside wall can just really come out and grab you.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks. This would be considered a cookie cutter track, wouldn't it?
It would be considered a cookie cutter track.
Yeah,
and it's funny
just
that you say
like,
that, because I almost used that word right before we got started too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But it's again a cookie cutter, but it's not. It's so
one of the
different.
better ones. It's one of the better ones.
Absolutely, puts on some great.
Charlotte and Vegas, I rank as the top 2 personally.
I think personally, Charlotte's number 3 for me. I gotta put Kansas up there, but
Kansas.
Okay, but that's
Whoa.
also because it's one of the few tracks in iRacing that I'm actually really good at, so it's probably a little bit more biased.
Well, to be fair, I'm very, 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 very biased towards Charlotte because I've been there like 20 times for the Coke 600s.
Oh well, that's me with Daytona
and the fall race, and all the Roval races except for like the last 2. So I'm actually very, 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 very biased.
That's me with Daytona though. Daytona, I go every year. I went, this is my 17th 500, so I feel you on that one. It's okay to be biased. So
just in this context, at least.
We'll go ahead and bring up the starting positions for tonight. Steven Shu going to be on pole. Jeff Scott starting on his outside. Matt Worrell, Daniel Love, row 2. Ty Trafford and Dalton Steele. Dalton making his return to the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series. I know you haven't had a chance to talk about him. He hasn't raced this season. Dalton, though, one of the top winningest drivers in this series history. He is bad fast. Chris Barker, last year's champion. Andrew Smith, season 1 champion. Matthew Asen and Adam Sprinkle going to round out your top 10. We have 22 drivers tonight, and so because I waited too long, we're going to go through your top 10, and we'll leave it at that. I apologize, everybody. We will always get through everyone here at one point or another. I did get a chance to speak with some of the drivers before the race. 100 laps, they are excited. 100 laps isn't a lot, but also it can draw out if you get some nice long green flag runs. As the iRacing.com pace truck is getting ready to hit pit lane. Getting ready to go green flag racing here. Round 7 of the 3rd season of the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series is underway. Barney the Flagman's going to get them going as they get up to the gears. And now they go diving down into turn number 1. They're going to be side by side for most of the field.
They got Steven Shu leading him on. Jeff Scott right behind him. Matt Worrell in 3rd. Daniel Love in 4th. Seems like Steven Shu and Jeff Scott, they almost went side by side there on the backstretch. Matt Worrell is like right there. He's not letting up. He's sort of bumping and banging together. So
what big wreck!
Flag's already out.
Wow, big wreck here off of 4.
What do you see, Angel? What happened?
Let's go figure this out. Oh my goodness.
Well, we're gonna figure it out together, I guess.
Let's see. I saw that Jeffrey Ledford was involved in that. A little further back. And this same, he was just talking to me earlier, before the race, how he does like Vegas and he's excited to see what's gonna happen. But it's definitely all that turn 4 too. I mentioned it earlier how turn 4 can be just so dangerous. Oh, the 77.
Ooh.
Wow.
13. Slammed to the where's that?
77, sorry, Adam Sprinkle, Chris Ramsey at number 13. Yeah, he may have gotten some of that too.
I'm trying to
go back one more time on that. Slow it down.
I'm trying to update the paints here because I grew to start drinking paints before I'm trying to refresh it.
Oh, so 77 was trying to go down. Looks like he just got loose and overcorrected. That's all that went through there.
It's almost there. I'm trying to see who's who because the default numbers that are on these trucks are not the same as the ones that are on the timing screen that you guys are seeing.
Let's see for the driver in particular.
Yeah, Stephen Chu on my screen was showing up as like 31, and it just updated to the 00.
Oh, okay, so that's definitely a little bit of an odd glitch there.
It's not a glitch; it's just the hide numbers thing, and yeah,
Oh,
I don't
that's
think
right,
they
that's
want to
right.
hear that.
No worries. Thank you for those of us, of
tech
course,
nerd.
as always, joining us in our YouTube chat. Make sure you let us know who you'll be rooting on for tonight. We'll get a chance to speak with them. With this early caution, I say let's go ahead and bring in our pole sitter here, Stephen Chu.
Hopefully, don't jump scare him.
We'll see. We'll make sure before he's not going to hit pit lane. I mean, it's kind of early, so I don't think so.
All right, yeah, you should be good.
Steven, this is Angel and Sam here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us, buddy.
You know I got you, Angel.
Man, well, we were just talking beforehand, and you said you were excited for this race. You're going to go out there and get the pole. Not surprising. You are one who knows how to put down those fast qualifying laps.
Well, like I've always told you, I'll take luck over skill any day.
Well, I think you're on your own. It takes some skill to get there in the front. But what do you need luck-wise to get through this race and come home with a victory?
Just literally stay out of it. You know, I'm looking for points tonight. I'm going to try to lead as many as I can. I got the 5 points for the pole. I'd like to get the 5 points for the most laps led. You know, I'm right there. I'm holding third in points in Gen 6. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, technically you're second now after the 5-point bonus for pole position. So
Awesome.
We'll go ahead and let you go here just so that you can get your restart started. Good luck, buddy. Hopefully we get to talk to you at the end of this one.
Hey, I hope so, Angel. Thank you.
All right, and that was your pole sitter there, Stephen Chu.
Yeah, I mean, I know they don't keep track of poles, but that's probably got to be like his 6th or 7th. That's not even an exaggeration. This is a guy who knows how to put it on pole. Foothills Motorsports, a team that overall is quick in general. We'll see what they've got here for tonight's race. We're getting ready to go green flag racing. We'll be coming across for lap number 5, or to start lap number 5. Green flag's in the air, and we're getting up through the gears. Back green flag racing again.
Yeah, great start by Stephen Chu. Matt Warwall trying to defend his place there because he just jumped Jeff Scott on that start. Looks like he's going to squeeze just ahead. Jeff Scott going to be looking down the inside to take that spot back as we come back to the backstretch. Getting a good run on Warwall here. We're going to see what happens going in the 3 and 4 and then back on the front stretch.
Stay pretty single file for the moment, but the 38 is definitely going to look to that outside. This is a track where, tire wear is still a thing. That's what I love about the trucks. No matter where you go, you're still going to have some type of tire wear situation.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Fast track, which is fun. They said it's going to be a lot of being in the draft, making sure that you can still keep up with those drivers in front of you, but you're still going to have to find a way to save tires.
That's what I like about these cookie cutter tracks, Angel, is that you really have to manage your tires on these tracks compared to like a super speedway or a road course. I mean, yeah, you have to manage them there, but like the strategies are super different when it comes to these tracks. So it makes for a longer race like this one very interesting to watch, especially if you're one of those fans that loves to like try to watch the team's strategies as the race goes on.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the dot right there. We're talking about strategies, liking to see what different things can happen, and at a track like this where everybody truly is, right there, we're all on top of each other racing. So you have to manage, like you saw in the back, and just in that first wreck, in lap 1, where it takes one driver getting loose and just overcorrecting on full tires to cause an incident.
Hey, it's not only tires, so you have to manage fuel as well. That's regardless of the track. That's more of a race length type of thing, and that's definitely what we're going to be seeing here is fuel being a part of the strategy too. Yeah,
and so I was able to get an idea as well. So we're looking at about 30 laps of fuel for these drivers. So I'm thinking probably about lap 32, 34 if we were to go green is where we might see these drivers start in pit lane. But how much do you try to save from there? Because if you can get to lap 30, 30, 32, you can make this on only maybe 1 or 2 more, in 2 more stops after that.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know about that. Paul's in here. Hey, Paul, what do you got for us in that last crash?
On that last accident, upon review, I noticed that the 77 had gotten loose and lost control solo, so he was the one that received the EOL and went to the back of the pack. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Paul. We missed you yesterday or last week in chat, so happy to have you back, and we'll hear you for the next one. As these drivers are absolutely wild right now in the backstretch. Is this the last lap? Did I miss 100 laps?
I have no idea. I don't think so though. It's saying it's currently lap 10, so we got like 90 more laps to go.
Oh no, there it is!
What? I saw one truck blink. I think it scared that truck that's right behind them. I just saw one truck get super loose, slam into the other truck on the outside. Both trucks are gone.
Yes.
Who was that?
What I saw was Matt Worrell get into the 14 of Andrew Smith, but I don't know what that reaction would be.
Well, I saw one truck disappear on my screen completely, and then the truck right behind it just kind of panicked and slammed into the outside.
Up over Matt.
It disappears multiple times.
Let's see.
It's that Fireball whiskey truck that I'm looking at. Or I think it's Fireball whiskey. I'm not really sure.
That is a Fireball whiskey. That is the Dalton Steele, and I believe in the 45 truck.
He's blinking really bad on the back stretch. That happened right on the front stretch.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, wait. He's loose.
Watch him blink. Is he blinking on your screen? Yeah.
Yes.
And then they react because they're like, whoa, where'd he go? As they're aggressively racing each other, and that just causes a little bit of a slight panic.
Yeah, because the
I'm
79...
telling you, all those drivers were probably looking at that and trying to think, and they all just reacted.
Yeah, I mean, and because you have these immediate reactions as it happens, and is it always going to be exactly what works? No, but you have to react, because if you don't react, then what do you do? You're stuck in the middle of it, so... I'll be interested to see what Paul would say from race control with that one.
Well, all drivers were involved in the accident, total.
Yeah, we had let's see, probably 4 or 5 trucks definitely destroyed there. Now these drivers
definitely more.
Yeah. These drivers only get one fast repair, so we'll have to see how. Now a lot of these guys are gonna have to really mitigate, their fast repair. Yeah, I mean, because just minimum 3 to 4 drivers who probably already had to use it. So right now, it's Steven Shu is in first, and he's happy. Oh, here it is, Paul.
There's Paul. It's kind of fancy that I come right back.
I did say we'll see you again.
Yeah, you did. You know, I think you might have jinxed these drivers.
Oops. Oh, great. Now I gotta shut up now.
What is it? Oops.
So after review, the 79 came down and clipped the rear end of the 14, spinning him just ever so slightly, and that's all it takes here at Vegas is just a little bit to make somebody go around. So the 79 will be getting the EOL. So
now, quick question for you, Paul, because we did see a little bit of some net coding there, but we're also wondering, was the 79 possibly reacting to the truck in front of them that was also kind of blinking in and out?
It could be. I mean, that's a possibility. I didn't see any blinking on my screen, but again, it's an iRacing thing. There was. It's the 70-30 rule or the 60-40 rule that we live by as race controllers. Whoever's doing more of the movement, if the caution gets thrown when there's a little bit of net code, is who will get the penalty in that aspect. So the 79 making so much movement to the left and then clipping the 14, even though there was some net code there, was the one to receive the UL.
I think that's good that you can have an established, like you said, that rule where, okay, yes, it does happen.
And it's not a rule that we advertise, but that's how we do it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's totally fair. Sam, I think that gave us a pretty good answer.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Thank you so much, Paul. I won't see you
No
again.
problem.
How about that?
We hope to not see me again.
No, that's just rude. Thank you. Oh, that one hurts. I apologize, everybody. We did, as I did mention last week, what was assumed to have been a bruised rib is actually a fractured rib. So, my laughing, not that I seem to be unentertained, because I had to keep it to a little bit of a minimum for my own self. So
don't worry, Paul will be back by lap 25. More information on whatever's going to happen the 2 laps prior. So,
I love that.
Sorry,
as well.
drivers. Sorry, drivers. Don't hate me.
And then Sam himself, he's not feeling. He's feeling a little bit under the weather. So we're putting this together to go.
Changing weather. Changing weather.
Oh my goodness! Hey, at least we don't have to deal with weather tonight. Have you tried out that rain update? It is a ton of fun.
Oh, I have. Road Atlanta in the rain with a GT3 and LMP2 is crazy.
I did.
Anyway, I was telling somebody this. I was saying, like, hey, one of these leagues, like, when they actually allow us to rain out an oval race, I will pay a league, like, $300 to get 3/4 the way through their race and rain it out. On broadcast.
That would be very.
But don't tell the
interesting.
drivers. Like,
Oh,
I will
exactly.
give a league. Like, when that happens, when iRacing allows it, the first league that comes out to me that wants me to do that, I will give them $300 to rain out their race 3/4 of the way through, but not tell the drivers.
Sam, I will be seeing you when that happens because I got a league that you can do it for.
Oh.
My goodness. No, but I mean, honestly,
Love to see
it's
that on
a
the
ton of
broadcast.
fun.
That'd be historic.
I got to do what was it? I did the GT3s at Sebring with the rain, so it's a little more home for me. As the iRacing.com pace truck goes down pit lane, completing lap number 15. Here's a cross the line. With a great restart, Golden Steel right behind. Jeff Scott and Matthew Gall looking to hopefully just fill right in and make it a single file for the first 5 trucks.
Yeah, Steven Shu still in front, but he's got Dalton Steele making a crazy run, it looks like, on him. Might be able to get on a backstretch. Steven Shu's going to make that defensive move down to the bottom. Dalton Steele's going to go to the outside, or just try to go to the outside. He's going to slide right back behind Shu once again. Might be able to get him on the backstretch. Oh, well, or the front stretch. Make the move right here. Lost it. Got Dalton Steele trying to get right beside Steven Shu for first. Looks like 3rd and 4th are also just kind of going at it between each other, and then the rest of the pack to follow.
Boy, what a battle for the lead, as you mentioned there. 1st and 2nd, Dalton Steele, Steven Shu, 2 Toyota Tundras. Matter of fact, Toyota Tundra 1, 2, 3 right now. Your first forward there in 4th with Matthew Ball, and then James Wagner carrying the Chevy banner there in 5th. But Dalton Steele right to the outside. Now, my question is going to be, how much do you want to try to push on that outside as well? Are you going to be wearing out your tires more? You know, you carry more of that momentum. You can be sawing that wheel a little bit as well. So I think it's going to be important to try to get the lead and maybe get into some clean air to save some tire. Right now, early on though, still, I say early on, but we're almost actually a 5th of the way through the race. So no matter what, this is still going to be a fast race for a lot of these drivers.
Yeah, it's not 3/4 of the way through, so it's not allowed to rain yet. Dalton Steele just got around Steven Shu. Now Jeff Scott is about to make a move. Maybe because it looks like Steven Shu's trying to come back on Steele here. I don't know, this backstretch is a tell all because it seems like moves are being made on the backstretch than it is on any of the turns.
Just gonna give him a nice run. It's just carrying that nice momentum on the outside, especially as these tires get wore down more and more. You'll see these drivers start to migrate, I think, a little bit, try to find some different areas of the track where they can try to get some passes. And that's what makes Vegas so much fun, is that you can't just be good in one area. You have to be good on the bottom, the middle, and sometimes if you really, really need to, on that high side.
Another track.
I mean, Steven Shu, he's doing a great job on the inside, though. I thought for sure Dalton would clear him for first, but he's hanging on strong there on the inside.
Do you see these two bang each other going into 1 and 2? Middle of 2, these two slam into each other hard.
I couldn't tell you who led that line. That was so close.
They're about to hit each other again in a second. I can just feel it. Watch. They're side by side. Oh, they're touching. They touched. Barely. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking about Angel. Almost said Angel twice. My brain broke right there.
There it is. Oh, hard
Look at
racing.
how close they are.
trying to get on there, trying to take that side draft off of this the 00's truck. And there we go, going to stay right on top of them. And look at this, the drivers behind are all so hungry as well. Any one of them ready to make a move.
Are we side drafting? Yes, we are side drafting.
Here it is. Oh, that's contact. That's contact.
Slight.
I know it doesn't show, but it's
Very
slight contact. You gotta love it.
Very
And
slight.
look at the respect amongst these drivers though to do such a thing. I love it.
They're so close. At a track like this, being that close is like actually genuinely impressive.
Well, and let's not forget, it's not like this is one of those slower, mile and a half cookie cutters where, like Texas, where you have that real flat 1 and 2. These guys are generally going to be full throttle, depending on where you are on the pack. You can be full throttle for a good portion of the run.
They're holding mid 170 through the corners and hitting like low 180 on the back stretch.
You literally took the miles per hour out of my mouth. I was just ready to mention that too.
No way.
I was just ready to say they're going 180 miles an hour almost into the turns.
Yeah, they're entering in at exactly 182. Holding, not going anywhere under 174 mid-turn. Whoa, shoot! Who is that? That's just got the common contact with each other. Scott goes high. They all keep together. Nothing crazy. Still, that's contact and some momentum lost for both of these drivers. So, fourth and fifth are coming up on them real fast now.
And those older tires, I mean, they're just gonna really start to get upset on the bumps in 1 and 2 on the bottom, even more than ever. So, as the tires wear, you're really gonna want to try to find a way to the outside, or at least to that middle lane in 1 and 2.
Steel is blinking on my screen. I don't know what the drivers see, but
he blinked for a moment there, and I'm wondering if that actually hurt him because they got a good run on him on the right behind. Steven's shoe might. No, he's not going to be able to as the 45 would cut across his nose. That dirty air is going to cause the 00 to get a little tight, almost like contact with the 38 as they stay side by side for a second coming across the line. 25 laps completed. We're quarter of the way through the race already, and these guys are just making it look like we've got 2 laps to go. Oh, the 38 is going to have to let up, and the 78 does a great job to give him the room as well.
These guys are wanting to go through wide, but they know better. They know better to try to do that. You see them backing off.
Oh, this is the 45 blinks again there. The 00 might have even had to let up for him.
Real quick, I want to explain to some people who haven't actually done a lot of iRacing enough, with terrible Wi-Fi like I have in the past when I started out. But if you're blinking on other people's screen, your own audio will cut off for however long you're blinking for. So that's probably why Steel kind of lost a little bit when he first started blinking a few laps ago, because you can't hear the trucks behind you, and it's like, whoa, what's happening? So he probably freaked out a little bit. Maybe had a little lost focus.
Because and I'm the same way when it comes to the racing, where I want to be able to hear the trucks around me. I want to hear those engines, especially when you're such close action with each other. You want to be able to hear every bit, because that's every bit of an advantage that you can get. And man, this battle for third right now, you can hear the engine screaming. Let's jump into the inside of that number 82 truck, maybe. Tight traffic.
He said baby. What a view.
This is not my actual field of view. Remember, everybody, I finally remembered to bring it back out before the broadcast, so that's not on top of the back.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I said right up close to the screen. Look, that's tight. You can hear him lifting.
You can hear him, yeah. You can hear the truck beside him too. One thing I love about iRacing, if you set the sound settings just right, you can hear yourself getting into the draft with the truck in front of you, or vehicle, or whatever you're driving.
Yes, he went in high and cut down low, and that's going to give Johnny Mercer.
Yeah, look at that run. Look at that run he's getting on Trafford.
That's a really, really good job.
Might be able to squeeze by him as we get to the start-finish line. Maybe.
Yeah, he will.
Trafford's going to try side draft. Yep, there he goes.
should clear him in. Hey, see, look at even Johnny Hurst is going to take his own preferred, a little bit of that middle lane there in 1 and 2. But Ty Traffic's got a really good run. His outside in 1 and 2 is just phenomenal.
You got Jay's Wagoner right behind him, watching the show. What's going on right now? Very interesting stuff here.
And then we look back right now. Our point leader coming into tonight's race is Daniel Love, and that number 71 truck. He finally got the monkey off his back last week, having a fantastic performance at the Glen, dominating that race. The last time he had dominated the race was Dover last year, and he had it lost in the final couple of laps. So he was excited, but he said, you know what, I want to go out there and I want to win an oval. And you know what, I'm happy to be first in points right now. But Stephen Shu is his competitor in second, and he's right now on the outside of Dalton Steele, looking to take that lead back away from him. Now 32 laps.
There they go again.
Yeah, we're third of the way to the race already, and it's going to be coming close for some of these drivers to actually have to hit the lead, because some of them still have yet to pit, and yeah, fuel mileage is going to come into an issue here soon. Oh, almost made contact there, down. Let's go back to
They're
that last
touching right now. Side by side. Like, actually, side by side. Is Fireball Whiskey versus...
it's just Motorsports.
Oh, this is...
It's his team. Let's see how close they get here in 1 and 2. No, okay, they're gonna keep it a little bit. Man, look at the bumps.
Are these guys teammates?
I don't think so. Hold on, I'll double check.
Is
No,
Steele
they're not.
in FRM? Okay.
No, he's a Social Outcast Racing.
Ooh, so this is Foothills versus Outcast then.
And man, but the 45 does such a good job of wrapping the bottom in 3 and 4, almost the way Harvick would always do. Like, he just wraps that bottom and just, you're not gonna get him off of there. It's hard to beat such a solid line.
Speaking of Harvick, Angel, I'm about to open up this nice Busch beer.
Well, that sounds pretty darn nice.
Nice ice cream. You're quite way through the race. What better time than any watching these two drivers absolutely battle it out, like really battle it out.
It's like Dalton's gonna be able to capture it back, but you know what? Steven Shu still wants to be on that outside.
I don't know. Could be tactical. I think he backed off intentionally to try another attempt at a run. Backdraft.
Look at the dirty air in the 00. He got really, really tight when the 45 came across his nose. And if he has to come down pit late soon, you're right. It might be a good time to. I don't think so. There. Wow, that got really, really tight again. Yeah, the tires in the 00 are just about done. So if I were him,
I mean, he was running these tires to death on every restart.
On these restarts, and it's funny because I was speaking with his teammate before the race too, Jeffrey Ledford, and he was saying, man, my restarts are where I lose out the most on, and I gotta build my time. But you gotta go learn from Stephen Shu. He knows how to. You got a teammate right there who knows how to restart. As these drivers continue to battle throughout the pack. Right now, the 66 of Jason Kinney just giving up that position. Wow, a lot of drivers hitting pit lane out of nowhere.
Pit lane.
Oh, and the wrecking.
Whoa, who was that? It's not the 58.
Johnny Hurst, but he's going to get it turned right back around.
Yeah, but that little bit of damage probably affecting him hit hard enough.
Yeah, and then
hopefully not.
I don't know if that was contact with the 71 of Daniel Love. I know he was right behind him, but he just got, tight. Or, sorry, loose coming onto pit lane. They're not using a ton of brakes, so these brakes are cold. So you're going 150 in the middle of this turn and having to hit the brakes, and here it is. So your leader's coming down pit lane now as well. So that leaves Matthew Ace, the only driver not to pit. He had come down on that previous caution of lap 12. So he should be good to go to about, I'm going to say, probably about another 3 to 5 laps, possibly. We'll see if he decides to extend it anymore.
Maybe. Possibly.
I mean, you've got nothing to lose at this point,
No, we're 10 laps off of being at our halfway mark. Lap number 50. We're at lap number 40 currently, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, well, Matthew Ace, who actually, this is good for him as well, points-wise. He's had a couple bad races, so this will allow him. He was only 6 points behind Steven Shu coming in. They were all 20 points behind Daniel Love, who had a nice, great race last week. So we'll jump over to these other guys on track right now.
How about we look at Chad Hawkins? I don't know. I just chose a random.
Oh, and then the 79 right behind him, Matt Worrell, super loose.
Did he catch it? I think he did.
He caught it. Nice job.
Wow. See what I mean? I chose something random. We saw something cool.
I love that. It's always got to be something crazy like that. Anybody in our YouTube chat? Duke joining us again.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying Duke joining us as always. It's Carlos Mendoza as well, rooting on the 71, and nice to see some fans for that 00. But what are you looking at here?
I was saying, how about we look at Christopher Barker, see what's going on.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting to me. This is not typical for Christopher Barker. He spent a little bit of extra time in his pit box. Doesn't look like a penalty reason, but maybe just topping off, getting some damage repair. Which maybe is why he's running here in the back. But running 16th, not typical for him whatsoever. Again, last year's champion. Yeah. So we'll be seeing him try to make his way back up. He's not even on. He would be a lap down technically because his teammate Steven Shu right. Does Steven Shu have issues on pit lane as well?
Oh wow, he's way back there now.
He's 7 seconds behind. His pit lane time, yeah, it was 6 seconds slower.
What's
but
the hold on,
his lap time, his pit stop was only 3 seconds. All right, well, we'll go back over here to your leader while we get that figured out here. Matthew Ace is still in the lead. The only person on the lead lap. A caution comes out right now. He's in a great position. Actually, if he can get a couple more laps before and a caution comes out, it would force most drivers to have to come back either down pit lane for fresh tires, or he'll have the freshest tires and be in the lead. See, personally, I love this strategy because it's just something that's different, and it sets you apart, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you know what? Oh well, right? You keep following the leaders, as Larry Mack says. You keep following the leaders, that's where you're going to finish.
I just had some technical difficulties. I accidentally pressed one thing, and everything just like went crazy. Well, I think I got back up and running.
We're just trying to look through some of the battles here on track. Rick Baldwin, haven't had a chance to talk with him much. He missed out last week, and right now he's got Jason Kinney and Andrew Smith. Andrew trying to make a comeback to the front. He was that driver that got hooked right into the wall on that lap 12 incident. So 30 laps later, he's back up here in 7th. Not bad.
These three are like really going at it right now. You think that this is the top three, the way they're driving right there.
And I love how, right now, while it looks like they're single file, they are driving the wheels off of this thing, trying. Look at the 14. He is sliding it almost into the turn, trying to get it into that to 1 and 2. And, I love doing it that way.
Dude got really loose.
Whoa, he's right on his bumper.
Well, you can go. He's wobbling. Right on the back bumper. T6.
Favorite view as always. What's in the driver's hands? Let's see what they are experiencing here.
Andrew Smith, Caswell, Tennessee. I wonder how close that is to me. It's actually really far. It's on the other side of the state.
Of course, right? The one time you asked.
Yeah, it's like about like 45 minutes from Bristol. I'm about 45 minutes away from Nashville.
And there it is. Matthew Ace, your leader. He finally came down pit lane here. Dalton Steele will assume the lead once they come back around and make the pass on Matthew Ace as he completes his pit stop. Jeff Scott's there in second place with Matthew Ball in third, so they will cycle back out there once they make the pass. We got a nice big pack of cars up or trucks up here. We have probably about what 7 trucks up here.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but Kenny in the back like, swung his truck way up high. These guys are making some crazy defensive moves right now. Like everybody's being super defensive on the very offensive guys. Like it's really aggressive racing, a lot more aggressive than I thought. Well, I'm really not surprised, but I'm also surprised. Jeff Scott making a move on Dalton Steele is gonna slide by as he gains a lot of momentum. Is gonna use that to his advantage on the front stretch. Still squeezing, just getting ahead. Looks like Gall wanted to make it 3 wide, thought better of it, and backed way off.
48 laps from now, that would have been 3 wide for the lead.
Oh, you know it.
Wow, Jeff Scott, I think he got really loose there off of 2. He had it lit up, and that's going to allow Dalton Steele to take the lead back and get Matthew Gall to his outside now. And
now he's going to defend.
Yeah, now he's revving on the defend. He's going to be in a position maybe where he didn't want to be there on the inside, where he's not a ton of grip through 1 and 2. And here we are. We are now halfway through this race, 50 laps to go. And we got ourselves a nice 6-truck breakaway for the lead.
They got like 49 laps to go, and they're driving like there's 5 laps to go. So it makes you wonder how the last 10 laps are actually.
It'll be insane, and that's what was so much fun, you know. And you mentioned it, how the first couple rounds this season were just so much fun to watch, and they just continue to do that. We had a little bit of a rough start tonight, you know, get through some of those cold tires, but oh man, they are driving and they're racing each other hard, but with good respect. And you know what? I am okay with contact, Sam. If we make a little bit of contact in the middle of the turn, that's all right. Are we both okay? No problem. Let's keep on going. Pass now on Jeff Scott. So you see that slight slip up for Jeff, and how 3 laps later he's now in 4th and about to be under attack now from 5th and 6th. So it goes to show you how big of a momentum track this can be as well, and how that can affect you. So we'll see Matthew Gall now get to the inside. I love that Dalton Steele is just kind of leaving that inside open. Like, okay, you want it? Come take it from me, but you're not gonna get it easy.
Yeah, it seems like the outside going into the corners is a lot better. Maybe could be wrong.
I don't know.
I
Matthew
was
Gall.
actually very wrong.
Oh, he sent it in the 3 and 4.
Yeah. Okay.
He had
him gonna slide through all the way. Is he gonna be able to slide just by and get on the inside? Rub out the seat here. Yeah, I don't know. They're like still side by side. Probably get close quarters.
Yeah,
I guess it just depends on who has more momentum, actually.
Exactly. That's what the 78 is probably thinking as well. Like, you know what? I could have slid up in front of him because I was clear, but the 45 has that momentum on the outside. It's gonna be a hard shove, and if he doesn't want to let up because he doesn't have to, that could really upset my truck and put me in the wall or make me lose it. So smart move by the 78. You know, we just barely passed that halfway mark. He got his lap led. That was the most important thing for him. And now just kind of sit back there and see if you can't put yourself in a good position to win the race.
Still close quarters between. How many trucks are there right here? 6? Yeah, all 6 trucks. Ain't nobody letting up. No, don't blame him. I wouldn't either.
Jimmy Rowdy and Matt Worrell there in the number 79. Jimmy Rowdy was your points leader before last week's race at the Glen, where, you know, his second place competitor just came up and dominated. Jimmy's had a pretty good season, but 12th place is probably not what we're looking for right now.
Let's see. I left after round 3, I think. What all have I missed? Other than the Watkins Glen.
Look how hard 79 is all over that back bumper at 29.
Ooh, making a little offensive move, swerving up, down. Maybe got loose. Whoa, okay. I think he may have swerved a little bit too hard. Got loose on the cut off there.
Now you see there, just in front of them, Steven Shu and Chris Barker. They're in the 10th and 11th positions. You gotta know Steven Shu is hoping for a caution, because if not, it's gonna be a big what if.
Yeah. How fast these trucks are going. I didn't even realize that we're on about to lap 59 here in half a lap. Why is this race going by so fast? So you tell these guys to like maybe slow down. I don't want this to happen.
I know, this is some darn good racing. That's why I
You
mentioned
know what?
Lock
Lock all the trucks to half throttle.
Or, you know what Tony Stewart said, halfway point. Let's turn them around. Half of them go one way, half of them go the other.
Hey, calm down here. Calm down here. We got some Bernie Ecclestone level of ideas. Might as well throw sprinklers on the bottom part of the track so they force it around the highway.
Oh, man, now that would be interesting because now...
But only on one turn. Only in one turn.
You know what? No. I've got a way to one-up that.
Oh, boy.
I want the sprinklers not just on the bottom. I want it to be... You know what? No. I want it to be this slight middle groove because I want it to be nice and slick. Force them to go somewhere else. Man, did they all go into the wall there? That's like second through fourth.
So somebody in the back also tapped the wall too. I saw the smoke.
Well, I mean, and you think about it, we're just past 20-something laps here into this run, just under 10 before they're going to have to hit pit lane again. So these tires are to that point as well where they're slipping and sliding. They're just going to try to hang on from there.
Hear me out. The last 25 feet of the pit lane right before you exit and can don't have to follow the speed limit rule anymore. The last 25 feet should just be soaking wet constantly throughout the race. So they're forced to have their tires dried off as they go around.
Now that is cruel. Sam, that is cruel.
It's not cruel, but make it interesting. I mean, realistically, being cruel with putting water in turns doesn't come on down. It could cause a lot of damage. But that, they have to like actually shake the car to death to try to drop the tires before they re-enter at speed.
And it's funny, just mentioning about any type of wet weather. Do you think we're getting an opportunity to see that type of short track, those short track tires, wet tires for NASCAR?
If they want to update it, yeah, that's a lot of coding. iRacing, if you're listening to this podcast, please do, and good luck. Any league that wants $300 when they do it, message me ASAP. Once that update comes out, I'll give you $300, and you send me the link to the stream so I can watch you rain out your race for your league 3/4 the way through whatever race you want to choose. Anyways, back to the action here. Dalton Steele and Matthew Gall going at it.
I was going to say, depending on how many drivers you have, you're going to have one that's really happy and a whole lot of angry ones.
Mm-hmm. I just hope they don't tell him that was me that paid off the league to do that.
I think it's only fair.
Should do it here on Ruff-Neck.
Oh my goodness! Here it is, the 40, as you mentioned, and Dalton Steele. I mean, unbelievable. He's not really had an opportunity to race with these guys. He jumps into our YouTube chat every once in a while. Says, I can't wait to be back. I've been missing out racing, and he's out here at Vegas, and he's putting on quite the show. But it's not quite been his race to say because these drivers have all been right on top of him, and it's been hard to make that pass. So if you're struggling to make
65
that pass,
laps in,
do you short pit him? Surprise him, short pit him, and leapfrog him because it's a second slower right now on these tires.
Oh yeah, that's what I would do, realistically.
Short pit that and trying to make something happen. So, wow, we talk about this. James Wagner, Jason Kinney, of course, he is still on it, but James Wagner has now joined this. And you know what, Jeffrey Ledford, again, he was involved in that very first incident, and he's now made his way up here into the top 7. He's up 9 spots. However, Jason Kinney is our biggest mover right now, up 16 from his 21st starting position.
Oh yeah, James Wagner back there trying to fight Jason Kinney, make a move. We are 67 laps into this race here on Ruff-Neck. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching this race, and then leaving your comments in the YouTube chat. Watching Ruff-Neck, led by James Wagner Welding, based out of Wilkes County, North Carolina, and the AdminBoxx. Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying this race. We got people coming in the pits. He followed.
Yeah, the 78
He
came
definitely
down
followed.
pit lane. Rick Baldwin, he was not planning on pitting, and he just came right down right there. Oh, he's gonna slide through his pit box though.
Whoa!
I don't think the 78 did, but that's
Did
gonna
he?
cost. The 19 slid through his pit box. I don't know about the 78.
I looked away to make notes. Looked up. While I was looking away, I heard you yell. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, the 19 slid right through his pit box. That's gonna cost him a little bit of time. 78 looked fine though. So now Dalton Steele's not quite, you know. My only concern is because we talked about how much faster you are in the pack. He's now alone. Everybody around him pit. So is this good or bad for him, do you think? I mean, he's got the fresh, clean air. Nobody around him, but could this be hurting him right now?
I honestly have no idea.
Let's see. Oh, I mean, that last... A lot of times aren't too much worse. Jeff Scott, I don't know what happened to Jeff Scott. He lost 2 seconds to Dalton Steele, so I'm guessing and some of those drivers pitting right in front of him, you know, they had to slow down, and that cost them some time as well. So we're going to have now 30 laps to go. Dalton Steele is now making his way down pit lane as Jeff Scott and James Wagner decide to stay out.
Yeah, these two are staying out. We put some 1 and 2 for now. Wonder when they're gonna come in. Next lap or next 2 laps? Like 3 laps? Wonder how bold they're feeling. Or if they're feeling bold at all, they'll probably just come in right now.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know.
Who
how
want to
much,
bet? Who want to bet? Let's
I
make a
don't
bet
know
right
how
now.
much
Next
James-
next 2 laps. Next 2 laps.
Jeff Scott's pitting now.
How do you know? He could be faking it. Come on, fake it. Please
He
fake
slowed
it.
down. He slowed down
Please
way
fake it.
too much.
Come on, please fake it. You never know. Oh man.
James Wagner
Hey,
now.
you didn't agree on a price, so it doesn't.
That is true. You know what? That's my own fault.
You should bet somebody now. Nothing crazy, but something.
And there goes JC.
Maybe a triple Waffle House.
A triple. Oh man, you know what? This one's pretty good to be honest with you. I don't know.
Yeah, I could pay for your meal at Waffle House. That incentive.
Well, next time that you come down, if you ever come down to Florida, I got you on some Waffle House. How about that?
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
And speaking of, oh my goodness, wow. Matthew Gall was able to get 1.5 seconds there on Dalton Steele to leapfrog him. And not only that, he put an extra truck behind him with Rick Baldwin pitting with him. So that is
yeah, he did. Huh.
great move.
This changes a lot. A lot more than I thought it would. You know, I don't mean to change the subject too much here, but going back to the whole Waffle House and the Florida thing. Last time I was in Daytona, well, no, I take that back. The first time I was in Daytona for Rolex 24, me and my dad were there for my birthday. It was like during my birthday, 18th birthday. We went to a Waffle House after the race was over at night. Or no, this is after qualifying, nighttime qualifying. Whoa, what was that?
Wow, Baldwin
Still
got
getting
really
the back
loose.
of Baldwin.
And you saw
No, he
Steele.
didn't just get loose. He got Steele accidentally got in the back of him.
He backed off right there too. No, he definitely didn't mean that.
Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, it was after nighttime qualifying, and went to Waffle House, and like the entire Ferrari GT3 team was just like in there.
Really?
Chilling. Yeah, I got to meet Antonio Garcia, or not Antonio Garcia, but Antonio Fuoco.
Nice.
When he was still racing for him. I'm telling you, if you go to a Waffle House at the end of your local track race, you never know who you're gonna meet. I'm giving everybody a secret. Drivers love Waffle House in any racing series, especially short track racing, by the way.
And that's true because when I did used to do, not for a ton, but I did used to do some tracks. A lot of the drivers that I would race with, or just the people on the track, they would like to go to Waffle House. The reason why we did is because we typically had a longer drive back home, me and my dad, so we couldn't go to the place that was going to take too long. So we had to go grab something to eat quick and go home.
That's fair. I would always join the drivers at my local track for a midnight Waffle House run. So those races, we wouldn't get out of there until like 4 or 2 a.m. trying to clean up their cars and stuff.
Gotta love that. But man, 25 laps to go. Dalton Steele pushed Rick Baldwin up here to the lead, your leader. And again, you know, draft. You gotta have some good draft. But
Yeah.
Steele also pit 3 laps after these 2 drivers, so he's gonna have three laps. I think is enough to make a pass. However, you're gonna have to do it, I think, early in this run because I feel like they're gonna just level out by the over the next 20-something laps.
No, it's. I just want to point out it's 1 Ford versus like 3 Toyotas behind him. He's kind of by himself, like literally.
Yeah, because the next forward is Andrew Smith.
He's in 4th or 5th. I mean,
5.5 seconds back.
like he's got a strike.
Look at that! Look at this packet we have back here. I'm sorry, but this battle for the lead is also really good. These guys are right on top of each other. Rick Baldwin is
Battling's battling.
Yeah, no matter where you're at, but oh my goodness, the question is going to be for these drivers, when are you going to make your move for the 19 or the 45? Are you just trying to sit there and wait? But at the same time, you're going to get, I would argue, some better tire saving here. You're not putting so much heat inside our right front with that fresh air for the 78.
I'm typing notes right now. If something happens while I'm looking away, I'm going to be very frustrated. There's like about to be 20 laps to go in like 3/4 of a lap.
Yeah, we're now 22 laps to go as we're having just complete lap 78 now on lap 79. And you know what's interesting is that Jeffrey Ledford is right behind this. He's only about a second off. I don't know if he's close enough for the draft of these drivers, but if he could just get close enough to a decent draft, we could have a 4-way battle for the lead here over now with 21 to go. So Dalton Steele now possibly looking to the inside. Okay, before we do that, we're gonna go through a brief run through of the field because we haven't really had a chance to talk about most of these drivers.
There's been so much happening, so much sweeping around. We really haven't had a chance at all.
So Matthew Gall from New Braunfels, Texas, they're currently your leader. Rick Baldwin from Roanoke, Virginia, they're in second. Dalton Steele, Brooksville, Ohio's, they're in the 3rd position. Jeffrey Ledford, one of those North Wickleboro drivers here. We got quite a few. James Wagner, I'm sorry, what happened?
I said Wilkes County is very popular in this series.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers, that's kind of how they started off. They're just a lot of friends, and a lot of them, friends for years, childhood friends actually. And they actually, this started, man, I think from like a Call of Duty league, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong series, if not, but these guys started off playing, together, a lot in different things, and they said, wait a minute, we all love racing, so let's go do that.
That's incredible. Anyways, where were you on the list? Sorry,
James Wagner, James Scott from Merrill, Wisconsin, there in 6th. 7th place for Andrew Smith from Tazewell, Tennessee, as you mentioned. Stephen Shue, another one of those Northwest Road drivers. Chris Barker as well.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
in 9th. In 10th is Daniel Love. Jimmy Rowdy from Midwest City, Oklahoma, there in the 11th position, now with a hard-fought battle with Matt Worrell in the number 79. Jason Kinney is at number 66 truck with him. He is currently a lap down or 2. We'll come back to him. Ty Trafford from Fort Worth, Texas, I imagine. Chad Hawkins, don't have a view for him there in that number 84 Ford F-150 and 14. Matthew Ace, we saw him do a little bit of strategy earlier. He came right in with everybody on that last time, so he did not stretch that last one. So he is in 15th. 16th for Chris Ramsey in that number 13 F-150. That early damage is still showing on the front. Tim Richardson, man, he's had a nice couple of runs, but this race has not gone out very well for him, as he's currently running 17th with 17 laps to go. Johnny Hurst still in the race. He's not on the lead lap. We saw him on that first green flag stop have an incident where he went sideways and hit the inside wall. So he's currently in the 18th position. Mickey DeVino there in the number 1 truck in 19th. You've seen him do a good job of staying away. Oh, I'm sorry.
Got a little loose right there.
Yeah, he got real loose there. So he's doing a good job. He's been trying to stay out of everybody's way today. Not enjoying his night. Jason Kinney, we mentioned, there in the 20th position. Adam Sprinkle on pit lane with pretty good damage. And then Jonathan Vandenberg will be the only driver not finishing this race.
Tired. Wow.
And
Really quick, Angel. I don't mean to be that guy, but I gotta bring out the geography once again. Like that's why I was known for before I left. Really quick, Matthew Gall kind of makes me move. See, I want to see if he gets well.
no, we missed it. Actually, Steele did make the pass for the lead there.
Okay. I was like, what's happening here? I thought I missed something. No, anyways,
Yes, you
going
say.
back to it, I don't mean to be the geography. Well, I kind of do. I'm not apologizing for it. But, Matthew Barger, Ace, said Roaring River, North Carolina. Roaring River, North Carolina is a stupid small town. Literally kind of like in the middle back-ish of Wilkes County. So, yeah, we've got a lot of Wilkes County guys here. Because guess what? North Wilkesboro is in Wilkes County, North Carolina. So, yeah.
I do, and I guess what I love a lot of these drivers, because iRacing has been an opportunity for me to get to know a lot of people who aren't in my area, who aren't into this type of racing. But it's nice that these drivers have stuck it out with each other as friends, and you know what? They said, let's go start a league together, and they were all, because how this started, Sam, was this was a series that they started to say, hey, if you're new to iRacing, if you're not, you don't know your skills yet, you're still learning, come join us. We are building each other up. And you would expect of season 1 to be Wreckfest after Wreckfest. Reality, no. Because they were all new, they had so much respect for each other. It has just been good racing, and they've all learned to develop these skills around each other as well, which is why we get such great racing here every week, no matter the track.
Well, that's interesting. Who is that behind all
Jeffrey Ledford.
struggling?
I mentioned
He's kind of struggling. He bounced off the, I think, like a little bit ago. I swear I saw him bounce off the wall.
If he's doing it, it's working, because he was half a second back. I mean, he's been able to actually close in ever so slightly to now put himself in position for a possible four-way battle for the lead. But right now, Rick Baldwin's starting to lose out a little bit maybe on those tires on this long run. Now, they have been out there for 20 laps now? Yeah, 20 laps as they come across the line.
10 laps to go. 10 laps. Angel.
Yeah, we got 10 laps to go here. This is exciting. I love to see what these drivers are going to do. Matthew Gall just kind of sitting in tow behind Dalton Steele. And, Matthew Gall's been close a couple different times. And I wondered, if you can get there, is he going to use that bumper to move him? Because you can use the bumper in 3 here if you just time it right to get somebody up out of the way and loose without wrecking.
You have to time it just perfectly. I believe so, I guess. I've never tried to move that back, because I literally have it on my YouTube channel. You know what? Never mind. We're going to skip past that part. We're not going to discuss that. Some people might... You know what? Ricky Baldwin, in 3rd, got Jeffrey Ledford right behind him. Dalton Steele still leading this race with Matthew Gall behind him. Looks like Ledford is just really trying to make moves on Baldwin to try to get around him.
Yeah, and unfortunately, if he's not going to be able to get around him, his chances of competing for a win are just going to continue to go away. Baldwin's getting the good blocks put up. Oh, Dalton Steele, a little bit of a blink. Now, that could be a major concern, because if the 78 gets a good run on him and he blinks and then he's there, but he blinks back in.
Like a crash.
Yeah, and right there, wow, the 45 cuts the nose off of the 78. Really dirty air for Matthew.
Another thing, Angel, he's blinking. That could be bad internet. Netcode could be a thing. We could see it. Could see netcode.
Well, I mean, we've already seen netcode a little bit earlier in this race, so that could only mean...
This is late race. This is not early race.
No, I'm saying that's perfect. Why? Because that should make you even more worried. It's a great reason to bring it up, because it could be so much worse at that point.
It's not just for Steele. It could be very, very, very bad for Gall as well. Gall tries to make a move to the inside or outside, for that matter, and that happens at the wrong point. Hits the front quarter panel. He's gone. He's going somewhere, spinning out into the inside or slamming into the wall.
He might be flying in the air at that point, trying to get to Nellis Air Force Base just off of this track. Maybe we've seen that happen a couple of times. But right now, Man, this 45 though, he is strong, and I think now with having pit 3 laps after, I don't think that these tires have quite equaled themselves out as I would have anticipated. He looks like he's just slowly able to just inch away from Matthew Gall. But the thing for Matthew is, he just hit the apron there in 1 and 2. Cool. That's gonna cost him big time. But for Matthew, he's got to stay out of the wake of the 45 in the turns if he's gonna want to have a chance, because this dirty air is just really bad, and it's just so much worse when you have old tires.
Yeah, it is. Especially at this late of a race, like, yeah, you're in trouble. Whether you're the leader or the guy behind you, you're in trouble.
Now, I hate to say it this way. All right, there we go. Jeffrey Ledford finally gets to the inside of Rick Baldwin, trying to battle for third. Caution comes out. Everybody has to pit, right?
If they want to.
Exactly.
If I were the leaders, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I really don't know.
Darned
if I was
if
the
you
leader,
do, darned if you don't.
I don't want to. I would try to take out the guy in the second.
With honestly,
if it was caution.
Caution comes out. There's 17 trucks on track. I'm coming down pit lane with the 30 lap tires.
Hear me out. It is Dalton Steele in the lead right now. Here's why I say that. Dalton Steele is really fast in the restarts and just fast in general. So, knowing that information, I would try to fake out Matthew Gall. If I can get him, I don't think the guys behind me are going to be able to jump me on that restart, because the other guy who's also good at restarts is Scott. But guess what? He's in 6th. So, I would take a gamble and see if the guys in front of Jeff Scott would still be where they're at. And if they are, then I would be safe.
I don't know if that was Jeff Scott smacking the wall there off of turn number 2. Here they are, coming off of turn 4. We're going to have 1 lap to go here as Dalton Steele crosses the line.
Dalton still has half a second right now.
Yeah, he's got a half a second lead. It looks like he's going to keep it pretty solid as long as he can avoid any mistakes as they get through the last...
Could spin out in 4.
Could possibly happen. Here it is. Coming off of turn number 4, Dalton Steele in quite the hiatus from the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series. He's back, and he's back in victory lane where he belongs. Dalton Steele wins tonight, and Matthew Gall with a great effort to finish there in the 2nd position. He moved up 12 spots from his starting position. And Ledford, he will be able to beat.
All of these guys in the 1, 2, 3, and 4 have made massive. I didn't realize that until I see it now on the. I mean, and James Wagoner himself moved up 7. Good grief. Absolutely amazing performance from all. And Dalton Steele, too, for fighting his way up and then absolutely dominating at the end. Wow.
Now that is a Las Vegas race right there. We talked about those long green flag runs and really trying to manage your tires, manage what you could do. And I give it to Matthew Gall. He did exactly what he needed to do. He short pit Dalton Steele. He was able to take the lead that way, but unfortunately the tires at the end just would not hold up for him. And Dalton Steele, he's a happy man right now. Let's go ahead and find him in chat.
Hold on, let him burn it down. Let him burn it down.
Oh, trust me, Dalton likes to be. He likes to be. He likes to talk to us while he's burning it down.
Oh, let's get him in.
Oh no, Dalton. He wants it known. Dalton, this is Angel and Sam in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us.
Hey, what's going on?
Keep burning it down. I was letting Sam know how you typically like to just keep burning it down anyways.
He's burning it down like Roger Carruth when he won his truck at Vegas.
Been a while since I've been able to do it in this series. I'm glad they let me come back and I'm able to do it again.
Yeah, Dalton, walk us through. We mentioned, and I just don't recall how long it's been since you've been been out here racing with them. But it's been a while, and coming out here tonight, I mean, I knew you would be fast, but I didn't know if you'd be out there, being able to win this race the way you did. Just walk us through the race and the mentality coming back in after so long.
I just really came into it to just try to have as much fun as I can and just try to see what kind of day I could have. Talk to the guys that I haven't talked to in a while from the series and did some catching up a little bit, and then we went racing. I just did my best to try to save my tires. I stayed out an extra 3 laps on that last pit stop because I knew that I was going to lose time from it. But with the way the draft's been at this track, I figured those 3 extra laps, or those 3 or 4 extra laps on the tires would help. They started going away on everybody else, and the last 5 I was able to get away from them. If it wasn't for that, I don't know. The drafting was so strong tonight.
Yeah, I mean, because we were talking about how for Matthew, his only chance was going to have to be he needed to short pit you. If he had short pit you maybe by a lap, maybe or 2 less, do you think that you would have been able to make that pass, or you're right, the draft and the tires just would not have made a difference at that point?
I'm not entirely sure. Maybe if I could have slingshotted him, have some help with Rick. It just depends on how it would fall. I know I wouldn't have been able to just dive underneath of him because his tires had a heat cycle that mine hadn't hit yet, and I was able to drive under him.
Yeah, I mean, and it was amazing to see, and the respect, because couple times today where you and even Steven Shu had made some contact battling for the lead, but I mean, keeping it straight and keeping it going the entire time. How does it feel as well to be able to come back and be able to race with these drivers the way you are able to, and to be aggressive with them and they're aggressive with you, but that you can have the trust that they're going to race you clean?
Yeah. I mean, with these guys, it's no love lost, no love found. It's just I know I can come out here. I know who I can get rough with. I know who I can race close, and I know who not to get around at certain points of the time. But I know I could pinch a couple of them. And that's why I was pinching Shu, because he was holding his line on the white line. So I was gonna make it as hard as I could from him, try to get his draft away from him, so I could make the pass on the outside, or at least pinch him down to get dirty air to make him eat up his tires.
And you definitely played it to perfection to come home with the dominating victory here tonight. Dalton, who do you have to thank and appreciate here before we let you go?
I'd just like to shout out all the Ruff-Neck guys. Welcome back, Andrew. Long time no see. Just everybody at Ruff-Neck for letting me come back and race with them again. I know it's been a while. I've had a lot of personal things going on, but glad to be back, and hopefully I can make some more this season. We'll just have to see. Yep, see you, Angel.
Yeah. Matthew Gall. 12 spots game too, by the way. Maybe?
Matthew and Angel is... Oh, my goodness. I can't speak today. Sam, I'll let you take this one.
Okay. Hey, Matthew, it's Angel and Sam up in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
So, I want to say, amazing race. You gained 12 spots here.
Yeah.
Coming up to the finish. I want to mention, I think it'll look at the notes again, but yeah, like lap 72, 3 or 4-ish, you and Ricky Baldwin came down into the pits just at the right time, because when you came out and Steele went in, he was right behind both of y'all. You kind of just fought him off as best as you could for like the last little bit. And,
yeah, unfortunately.
Tell me about that. How on earth did you guys pull that off?
Well, I figured I was in my window, and tires are good. I figured if I went ahead and pit, then Dalton Steele who was leading, he would lose some time, and if I could hold him off, the problem is he had a really strong car, and then used Baldwin and myself to kind of use a little bit of the draft that they have here at Vegas, and he was able to get around, and him having 3 or 4 lap fresher tires, there's just not much I could do. I tried to hold him off, but I wasn't going to block him and get us tangled up either. You know what I mean? Second place is a good finish. It's good points night. I needed it. I needed a kind of a bounce back. A win obviously would have been great, but I tried the strategy play and it didn't work out. I'm still happy with what happened.
Hey, you still had a very, very, very good race overall when it came to it, so should definitely be happy about that.
Yep.
Yeah, who you want to thank for tonight's run?
Well, first of all, Ruff-Neck Racing and James Wagoner Welding. Without them, we couldn't do it. We also have AdminBoxx on board with us supporting the league, so I really appreciate those guys. My team, Social Outcasts, we work really well together. I think we took a lot of the top spots here. I'm looking at it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think was all of us, so we'll take that. So we got a good group of guys, and thanks to you guys for putting on these so we can watch them back, and everybody can watch at home as well. We really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Congratulations on your second place finish, and then definitely just gonna give a congratulations to your
That team.
crazy
Wow.
your crazy move in the pits.
Yeah, so congratulations, Matt. And now that I got my tongue untwisted, congratulations. And,
Yeah, you all right?
Are you good now? Are you good now?
Blame it on the ribs, man. It's the ribs.
Oh God.
I wish I could, but that's not even a good excuse this time.
Anyways, Angel, do you have anything more for?
No, none of that. Matthew, congratulations. Really happy to see you,
you.
consistently running up front here, and we'll take off that victory here soon. We'll get that monkey off your back.
Yeah, we'll get it. Well, maybe Atlanta. It's going to be wild over there next week. We'll see y'all there.
Appreciate it.
All right.
There we go. I think I'm a little bit okay here. Let's go ahead and bring in Jeffrey Ledford.
You got him, or you want
I got
me?
him
Because
there.
I got him.
There.
Oh,
I got
okay.
him.
You
Go
beat
ahead.
me to it. Okay, all right. I'll let you take
Jeffrey,
it.
this is Angel Sam here, and the broadcast booth. You got us.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Man, we are doing pretty good. I'm gonna let Sam at least talk with you a little bit here, so I don't do all talking. But we got a chance to talk before the race. You said you needed these long green flag runs. You don't want restarts. You don't like them, and I'd say maybe not a victory, but to come back from where you started. I mean, you started 16th. You were the biggest mover in tonight's race, up 13 spots. To come home with this third place finish. So is especially after the way it started.
I mean, I started 16th, but on that first wreck, I got involved in it and opted to save a fast repair. So I was at the tail of the pack then. Second wreck, I went ahead and finished up my repairs. I was at the tail of the pack then. So I fought from the tail end all the way to third. There was a couple times I worked with Doug, was about 2 seconds down. We made up some time, and that last pit stop, I made up about a second. And I think it's about a second and a half to catch, I think it was Rick Baldwin. And, man, me and him had a good fight there at the end. A lot of fun, close racing. And I just edged him out just barely. He was fast, but I just had that inside line, and that was where it was at tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was a ton of fun to watch. Before I pass you off here to Sam, Jeff, this should be a pretty, a good points day for you. I mean, I know you've had to miss some time here, and you've not had a great start to the season as well. So, do you have a goal now? I mean, is the championship out of hand, do you think? Can you still go out there and grab it, or from here, are you guys just trying to win races and keep picking them off?
I've not looked at points a lot with everything that's been going on this season. I'm not points racing. I'm just here to hang out with my friends, have some fun, try to click some wins, some podiums, and we'll just let the cards fall where they are.
There you go. Answers my question. Sam, I'll pass them off to you, and then we'll finish up.
Yeah, well, Ledford, I just want to say congratulations on your third place finish, and also congratulations to getting like 13 spots. I don't really know what else to ask or add, because I mean, Angel kind of just like stole everything I wanted to say, although it sounded like he was about to die when he was saying it. Anyways, is there anybody you want to thank for tonight's run?
Yeah, I'll add as well, though. Like I've never been a good qualifier. I don't do good on solo stuff or time trials or any of that. So I always end up in the back, and I just really try to avoid any incidents back there, wrecks and stuff. And I couldn't avoid it tonight. I got caught up in it. But yeah, I want to go ahead and thank my team first and foremost. Without them, I wouldn't be on here. Those guys dragged me in here, and we end up having a blast together. So Steven and Chris, man, I really thank them every week. I want to thank James Wagner's Welding. He's been great to me personally. He's been really great to everybody in this league for what he does for us. I want to thank you guys for broadcasting week in and week out. Through injuries and tough times and all, you guys are still here. So we really do appreciate that. I know it gets tough sometimes, and I just want you guys to know we really appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, and we appreciate the show that you guys put on for us. As you can see for tonight's race, it was absolute watch from the booth and call. So, yeah,
I know those restarts get fun to watch, and everybody likes to see everybody close racing, but when you're out there on the track, man, them long runs and you're trying to click off, tenths of a second every lap to make up time. And to me, that's as a driver, that's what's fun for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, trust me, we
Yeah,
saw
I
everybody
definitely
getting
agree.
sideways and smacking the wall trying to catch each other. So it was a lot of fun for us too. Still, thanks, Jeff. We'll see you next week.
All right, guys, y'all have a good night. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Oh man, I always love the great personalities we get here in the Ruff-Neck Racing truck series. Well, go ahead and go over the final results here for tonight's race. Steven Shu again, your oh no, that's qualifying. Let's go ahead and do that again. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, wrong results.
There you go. Alrighty. Dalton
There we
Steele,
go.
your winner. Matthew Gall in second. Just finished getting to speak with Jeffrey Ledford there in third. Rick Baldwin in fourth. And then James Wagner going to round out the top five. Jeff Scott comes home in sixth. Andrew Smith in seventh. Daniel Love, your points leader coming into tonight's race, in eighth. However, with the issues with Jimmy Rowdy finishing there, he still might have that points lead. Steven Shu, your pole sitter, ninth. His issue coming in or off pit lane, whatever that may be, definitely going to cost him. And then Chris Barker, last year's champion, going to round out the top 10.
Yeah, and we got 11th. It's gonna be round out Jimmy Rowdy. Interesting run by him. Matt Warwall in 12th. 13th is Ty Trafford, Texas Beast, I think. Matthew Barker, known as Ace. 15th is Chad Hawkins. 16th is Tim Richardson. 17th, Chris Ramsey. 18th is Johnny Hurst. 19th is Mickey Davino. 20th is Jason Kinney. 21st is Adam Sprinkle, and issues early on. And then 22nd is Jonathan Vanderberg.
And that does round out our evening here today. Very happy to have had Sam back again here for tonight. We definitely missed him. Next week we head to the high banks of Atlanta Motor Speedway. So I think we're going to have a lot of great action from there as well. So from my broadcast partner here, Sam Frazier, myself, Angel Santiago, thank you everybody so much once again for joining us here for the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series. Big shout out as always to AdminBoxx and James Wagner's Welding for helping sponsor the series. We look forward to seeing everyone next week for Atlanta. As Sam mentioned earlier, if you haven't already, make sure that you're following us. We've got so much action going on here on the Sim Racing Media Network all week long. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.